Hey everybody, I'm Lala and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my Jamaican stewed beef. So in this bowl, I've washed my beef with my vinegar and water, and I'm going to be adding some brown into that. Also, I'm going to be adding some all-purpose Jamaican season, the one with the pimento in it, fresh thyme, aroma tomato, half an onion. You can use a whole onion if you like, garlic and bell pepper. Okay, so that's gonna be my fresh season, you guys. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting off with my powdered seasoning. Okay, I'm adding just a bit of it to my beef, and then I'm gonna add some of my brown in as well. If I get the bottle open, of course. You don't need too much, okay? Just enough to brown that meat, because if you put too much, the meat will get bitter after when you're cooking it and after it's done. So you don't want that, okay? All right, so I'm adding my thyme, and then I'm gonna be cutting up my bell pepper and my onion and my garlic and everything, okay? My tomato as well. My garlic. You could use a garlic press for this as well. You don't have to cut it up. Anyways, I'm gonna be seasoning that with my hands. My hands is very clean, so I'm just gonna mix that all together, and I'm gonna set it aside so it marinates for a little bit, maybe half an hour to an hour, but overnight is preferably better because it will taste way better. Okay, leave that for a minute. Okay, so now I have my pan preheating it, and my oil is ready, so I'm just going to be dropping the beef in there. Leave the tomatoes and the onions and the garlic and everything else, all of those fresh seasoning, leave them in the container, and just take the beef out and just drop it in the hot oil. You just want to brown the meat a little bit before you add the rest of the vegetables, okay? I do apologize for the lighting, you guys. This is one of my older videos that when I just started out, I had it, but I didn't edit it. So this is from my previous video. Sorry, not my previous video. This is from my previous. I can't talk tonight. This is from my previous camera that I had. So yeah, I try to brighten it up a little bit for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I have a few videos that I just want to get out that I have for a while now. So please forgive me for this, but I just got to get it out because I don't want to redo everything. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm just adding them to the pot, and then I'm going to let them brown a little bit after I've added everything. And yeah, I'm going to stir it up a little bit as well. Yeah, the reason why it's taking me so long is because I'm separating all the fresh vegetables from the meat. But I would say you could leave it aside, but it's up to you. But I know that, you know, marinated that for a while with the meat, it tastes way better. So if you want to leave that until after you brown the meat, then it's up to you. But I would recommend you do it the way I did it, okay? Okay, so give that a minute, and then you're gonna stir it up a little bit, because you don't want one side to be so brown and the other side isn't, okay? Adjust your heat if it's too high or too low. Just adjust your heat how you prefer and how you usually cook. I normally play with my my gauges. Sometimes I want it to be finished fast and sometimes slower, so it's up to you guys, okay? All right, so here we are. This is a few minutes after. I have not added any water or anything to this, so now I'm going to be adding all those fresh seasons that I put on it earlier. Give that a stir. I'm also catching some water, that's why I'm taking so long, you guys, sorry. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of water to this. Right. By the way, you guys, if you have not subscribed as yet, please remember to subscribe, like, share, and all of that. And if you're returning, please welcome back. And you know, please remember to like and share and comment as well. Okay. So now that it's about 15 minutes, so all that steam is getting in my camera. So I'm just gonna taste it to make sure my salt is right. Always taste your pot. Always taste your pot. It's not up to where I want it to be, so I'm just adding a bit of salt to that. Adjust the salt however you see fit, because everybody's taste bud is different, and I don't want to say add this amount of salt and it's too much for you, right? So add as you go. Add and taste as you go. Don't just dump a whole bunch of salt in there. It's gonna ruin the whole meal, okay? All right, so I covered it for another few minutes again. So I'm gonna check on it again. So here's a tip, you guys. If you're cooking something like beef or oxtail or whatever, do not add cold water to it. Boil some water, make sure you watch your pot. Boil some water and add that boiling water to your meat. It will continue to cook the meat, okay? I'm adding some crushed bonnet peppers to this. Not a lot, just a little bit. It just makes the flavor even better. But what I'm saying about the water, if you add the cold water to the pot, it's like starting the meat all over again. So if you use hot water, boiling water, it will just continue to cook your meat instead of starting over. Get me? All right, let's go. Now, it's been another few minutes. This is gonna take a while, you guys. I ain't gonna lie. It depends on your beef as well. If it's a really hard beef, then use a pressure cooker. But I like to do mine nice and slow. Anyways, I have some broad beans here, guys. I have some back when we say butter beans. So usually we put that in here. Some people like it, some people don't. I love it. My husband don't, but I'm the one cooking, so hey, you know what I mean? Anyways, so I added it to it because I just love how it looks in there, and I think it tastes really good together with the beef and my rice and peas, of course. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cover that and let it cook down. It should be ready about now. I cannot tell you exactly how long this is gonna take. All I know is that you just have to keep cooking it and cooking it until it's nice and tender and soft, okay? So now I'm gonna be adding some butter to this before it's like completely done. So this you guys, you have to put the butter. It gives it so much flavor as well. Everything that I put in there gives it flavor, so you just have to combine that, okay? You see, I'm almost at the gravy stage, so I'm just gonna let this cook down a little bit more. After my butter is melted and everything, I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit more. My meat is actually ready. It's very soft. That's how I like it. I don't like no chewy meat. I like my meat soft, you see that? That's how I like it. So now I'm just gonna let it cook down a little bit more for maybe like 5 minutes or so until some of that water goes down a little bit. You can stop right here if you want. Okay. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like this one. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.